One of these things makes it work. What's up, everybody? It's Keith here, watching the Revolution. Virtual baseball school show everywhere on once, everything everywhere all at once. We're going live on a Friday, actual day of for a change. Got reasons why I couldn't do the show last night. I'll let you know why in a second. Stephanie Montoya is here. Success Media is here. Hey, Success Media, we do a thing. Yours today. Just lots going on. This is our weekly rock and metal news show where we cover features here at Ghost Calls up to the middle important news of the week, major festival news, rock and metal and adjacent, as well as concert tours and one-off events and shows. Drama, so much drama every week in the LBC and everywhere else. And Brooklyn Miss, hello, long time no see, great to see you here. Arnell Farms is here, what up, what up? Lots going on to talk about, and as usual, we talk about the new music out this week that you should be buying, picking up, spinning, whatever genre you're into, got you covered. And then a little fun from our mailbag. You can kind of see it in the background there if you're watching this everywhere but TikTok. Hi there, you TikTokers, good to see you. People who drop us a donation on Ko-fi or on YouTube, definitely get their questions put to the front, but we answer everybody's questions anyway, because what the hell else? So that's our show. That's the intro. Appreciate everybody for being here. If you clicked on this, Megaforce Racing, yes, Megaforce Racing is technically, the red from the, are you referring to the red from the place card or the pink, the pink lighting? I didn't make this a story, but just as, in case you were wondering, a lot of the lighting you see here, all the different varieties of pro lighting here in my studio. And when I was on the road for the last 2 weeks and we did the show, I took some of these lights with me, not the main overhead guy. But Nanlite is our light of choice for these Pavo tube lights that are used a lot in band photography and music videos. And so I'm going to just grab one here behind me. It's an unflattering angle. I'm sorry for everybody who looks at the lightsaber. But yeah, these nano lights are incredible. Bit pricey. These are the older model, and we use these extensively in our product videos and all of my videos and my interview videos. And we change the lighting up every so often. I think for summer, just like these weekly shows, we'll change the color up a little bit. But we've been doing pink for a while. That definitely makes me stand out with all my black shirts and dumbass trucker hats. We got a pink microphones kind of out of the shop. I have some products to show later, and I don't want to confuse the camera, but yeah, Nanlite just celebrated 32 years as a company. They're a much older Japanese tech and lighting company, but their division that has Nanlights is turned 32 just recently. So we're really stoked. I would love to get an endorsement by them or some product to unbox and share. We've done a lot of product videos here. We have some more coming soon, and I'm always grateful. We don't ever endorse it. You'll see with our affiliate partners, we don't ever endorse anything that we don't actually use or believe in ourselves. And that's a thing I'm happy to share. We had at one point our whole gear list was in our video descriptions, like where you could buy and use our, get the same gear we use. So if anybody's interested, holler at me, and I'm gladly tell you. Now let's bring in the deck. And hey, it worked. I did it in 2 clicks. That's impressive. It's always impressive when we do it. That's the that's my confused face. So the month of June has been a red background and place color. We'll do a new one for July. Some graphics for yesterday. Let's see the comments. Everybody for joining in. I thank you. Appreciate you being here. And yeah, once again, it's our weekly rock news show. Let's do the damn thing. Hello, Angel and Angel Yumina number 877. I am well. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. And everybody else that's here. So far, we've got 25 people watching. All the things. We're all grateful for everybody that stops by and chimes in. It means a lot to us. So, June 2021, June 21st. We did the show on Thursday night. Last night it was a premiere in San Francisco of the Ghost movie, which we'll talk about in a minute. A lot of people like our Ghost content. There'll be a full review coming soon that you'll do a review here on YouTube. I did do, I think, a movie review on YouTube, but maybe I've got lots to discuss. Once again, this show and every show lately has been dedicated to Sonia Ramos, aka Sonia Shredder on Instagram. She is a guitar luthier battling stage 4 cancer. We are trying to raise money for Sonia's care. Right now, they're kind of the standard treatments are no longer working, so we're trying to raise money for experimental treatments. Scooter 0075 is here, and we're just throwing Hail Marys. We're just throwing Hail Marys to help out. Yeah, there'll be some Over an Enemy. What is up? What is up? What is up? Over an Enemy. You're not supposed to have favorites of those cults when you're a music journalist, but a favorite interactor band we work with sent us some merch also that we unboxed on this video. So just happy to see you in the chat, Facebook. If you're watching this anywhere, give us a like and a sub, especially on YouTube. We'll talk about that in a second. Just some sad news this week. Willie Mays, who may not be a big sports ball fan, but Willie Mays is an American hero, not just a sports hero. An American hero. And I just saw him in person 3 weeks ago. He was at the San Francisco Giants game. I'm well, Scooter. I hope you're well. Sad about Willie Mays. Before my time as a player, but certainly the shadow cast as a good guy in sports, as a great ambassador for the game. It was tremendous, and been a huge fixture here in San Francisco, where I live now, for his time with the San Francisco Giants. Say hey, kid. And he was at the actual celebration of Legal League's night. It was just a game at the field where Willie Mays, Jackie Robinson, and all these great Legal League stars played together and played against each other. Including also minor league team for many years, minor league plays for Reggie Jackson. Thanks for that. You were my favorite. I appreciate being anybody's favorite. If I could just get somebody, a human being, to love me the way I love metal music, I'd be all set. But I can't. And so far, applications are pending. But yeah, sad about Willie Mays. And then here's another one. I mean, a lot of people pass away in the world every single day. We just try to always keep an eye on our pop culture and music people. Donald Sutherland passed away. Super sad. Great actor. Father of Kiefer Sutherland. This is actually a tweet from Kiefer Sutherland on this photo. But we're just sharing this post by Kiefer. Donald, probably best known for his many character roles, such as the Invasion of Body Snatchers. Probably my favorite Donald Sutherland role is an underrated one, which is his role in JFK by Oliver Stone in 1991, where he played basically the road. Also a character played by the X-Files TV show, many other things. Serpent Conjuration is here. What up, Serpent Conjuration? So yeah, sad about Donald Sutherland, sad about Willie Mays. And then this one also kind of hurts. This one hurts. Adam Lewis. Look forward here. No, don't have the picture. But Adam Lewis of Phoenix TX died. Long-running punk band from the late 70s, early 80s, actually, was kids. And then they were like a humongous Warped Tour band. And, I didn't really have a good photo of Adam. We covered the band before. Warped Tour was making that. Still have a photo of him. Again, I was a little leery of using these photos. I didn't have problems with things. But sad about Adam Lewis and Phoenix. Yeah, so passed away. I think he had pancreatic cancer. Everybody long period. Kind of sucks. Cheers, everybody. Having a liquid get separate line. Keep your stays as I monitor that. So far, I'm doing okay. I'm doing mentally, actually, as good as I've been doing. On the plus side, for a feel-good story, my favorite San Francisco dog, my favorite doggo, is Django. See it here, except on TikTok, with Django, the Chihuahua, is seen here. Oh, he's kind of a Chihuahua mix. He's seen here with Necro Butcher of Mayhem, hanging out wearing his battle vest. Django is a friend of mine. His human is a close friend of mine here, my show buddy here in San Francisco metal scene. And Django is loved all over town. As his owner often says, if you want to avoid people and too much, don't get an adorable dog that everybody wants to stop and look at. So, why am I showing this picture? Django's okay. About to turn 10 in August 3rd. Probably go party with Django. Django is up for sainthood. We have a petition going to get the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence to Saint Django, the super dog, friend to the entire LGBTQBL plus community here in San Francisco, a lover of metal, a fixture at Metal Night, a fixture at all the local watering holes, clubs, a comedy performer. Django is loved by many and all. Feel free to sign a petition. The link will be in the bio of this video. Because sometimes you need to feel a good story. You need to feel good about something. Like it's hard, getting harder. You're going to just feel good. So, things we support. The sign the petition is free when donating. And by the way, I didn't give my real name when I signed this thing. I don't give my real name to most causes, except when I'm donating money to a good cause. But this is just a fun thing. Feel free. All right. There's Adam News. All right. So just a reminder, we have newsletters, we have socials. You're probably watching them on the social media right now. You know, these things are tiresome. Fun fact. I don't know if you know this. Again, I didn't make this a story either. Facebook has been, a lot of band pages have been getting hacked. Our friends in the last water, techy metal, progressive metal, metalcore band from Australia, who are friends of ours, got their Facebook page hacked, and Facebook has less human beings than ever before managing these things. So everybody out there watching, trust the social media guy here. I'm a social media expert, professional. Good time to change your password. A lot of pages are getting hacked. A lot of these people have fallen for these. This is your final warning. You're in violation of blah, blah, blah. It's all fake. Never real. Almost never real. Please change your passwords to all your social stuff, especially Facebook right now. And if that means Facebook, that means WhatsApp, and Threads. Do a thing. Do a thing. But we have newsletters. We send this stuff out. We're on Insta. We're on all the things. X, TikTok, whatnot, whatever. Threads. We're still on X. The show is on X right now. We have a Discord, which has all our best content. If you're interested, we are on Reddit. If you're interested, we're on those things. And, just a reminder, we're out there doing the thing. Doing the thing all the time. That's what we do. Viral Echo is here. Brian Huss is here. Sweltering Madness is here. TikTok. Window Trackus. Here's one more piece of social media advice. If you have a band, you post on TikTok. No nudity or nude drawings of nude body parts or album art with the nude boob or something or butt. And definitely you gotta keep it better than that on TikTok. We got not a strike but a warning about a 420 post we had, which I thought was pretty innocent because we use legal in most places. And I was just in one of the few states where all weed and THC is not. But I was surprised that TikTok flagged me for this. What's your favorite Stoner Doom song? This is a very harmless post. Okay. Skating Today is here. A-Led's here. All the people. Yeah, this is not our normal time. My audio is kind of sketchy. Oh no. Let's try something. That just happened. Is it a staticky sound? God damn it. I restarted everything. Let's give it a try for a second. Hold on. hopefully that has fixed it. It's fucked. But thanks for watching. We're not going on at our regular time. So, features this week and just a few things. Just a reminder, if you're following on most of the socials, I just came back from a long trip. I was gone for about 2 weeks. Wasn't going to be that long, but ended up extending my trip because there was some flooding in my building. Luckily, my apartment wasn't too damaged. Precious record collection and all my toys and things here feel fine and safe, but ended up extending my stay a little bit, which I'll talk about at the end of the show to a mailbag. There's a weird feedback. Change, fix it, just keep going. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's a bummer. It's always something. It's always something. Let's see what happens. Well, maybe that changes it. I don't know. I changed the microphone location. I'm not 100% sure, but whatever. We're doing our best here. It's still picking me up with the new mic location, and we'll do our best. I don't know what else to do. Like a bad cell phone call. Fantastic. The best way to hear me is through some janky shit. I fixed it. All right, thanks, Brooklyn Miss. That might have been it. Huge difference. All right, yay! Thank you, Overt Enemy, Brooklyn Miss, Scooter, Serpent Conjuration, all the everydayers, the regular ones, the real ones. You're my favorites. Just a reminder, if you've been on the socials, on my travels, I went to LA and I went to the Rainbow for the first time with a decent cell phone and took pictures of Lemmy statue and Lemmy's lounge and hung out. I sat at Lemmy's seat at the bar. Even though I'm not drinking too much booze these days, I did have a Jack and Coke, a Lemmy at Lemmy's seat at the bar. His video poker game is now broken, but thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, man, it was thrilling. I'm a huge Motorhead fan. I got to photograph Lemmy. I missed interviewing Lemmy, but I've interviewed Mikey D and Phil Campbell multiple times for Phil, and once for Mickey, which is here on the channel. Mikey D. Anyway, also on my travels, I went to Salt Lake City, and I went to the heavy metal shop of Salt Lake City. So that video is also on our socials. And check that out. Continue to rep and support that place, a place I have loved from afar for a long time, a very long time. All right. Other things going on this week. Our friends in Casket Robbery, along with our friends at Clawhammer PR, launched a brand new single and music video, The Lacrophagist. I hope I said that correctly because I'm kind of a boob. Lacrophagist, which is the eater of tears. And, you know, Casket Robbery, brutal technical death metal, songs about horror and murder out of Wisconsin, the home of serial killers in America, basically. And Casket Robbery teamed up with Ghost Cult to premiere their video and launch this giveaway of a merch bundle, including the prosthetic eyes that were used in the video, and win potential tickets to see them on their current tour. They're coming to my town next week. I have like 2 shows in a row, but I think I'm going to try to pop in early and catch Casket Robbery. I cannot stay for that entire show. But I'm going to try to see them because I have missed them literally every time the last few years. But yeah, Casket Robbery, new video giveaway. We'll have the link in our description here where you can sign up. Also requires a follow of some things. And I think you take a photo of your eyes and send it into the band to have your eyeballs used creatively in their upcoming lyric video for the same song that has a music video now. So I think that's really cool. And if you love horror and death metal, you definitely want to check out Casket Robbery. Also, this week at the site, we premiered, this is In Aphelion. I hope I said that correctly, or Aphelion. They are a progressive metal band out of Canada, and they dropped a new single. They have an album coming soon, and we teamed up with them for a premiere. We also premiered American Overdoses' new video and song. Their new album is being self-released in July. Kind of industrial metal, new metal. I know they kind of look like the Children of Mortis here, but they are like industrial and new metal. Okay. Also, here is Riff Lord. Riff Lord is an incredible band. They got a brand new album out today. And we debuted their new song, their album. I have my list here. Riff Lord, mother. 39th Serpent Power on Ripple Music right in my backyard. I need to get together and interview Todd of Ripple Music. That has to happen soon. So, yeah, great shit. And Riff Lord is awesome. And the Serpent Power is their single, sort of the title track of their new record. We premiered the whole album at the site. So that's streaming now everywhere else, but you can check it out on our site. And shout out to Purple Sage PR, Claire Bernadette. I don't say French words well, but thank you, Claire. Thank you, Ripple Music. Thank you, Riff Lord. Good times. Good times. I want to just stand in a wheat field with a giant amp, an orange amplifier. How about you? All right. Moving right along. Big time features here at the site, videos and interviews we did. You probably know Municipal Waste. This is Bat, a side band from two of the Municipal Waste guys. We hung out and talked to Ryan Waste all about Bat, their brand new album. I think it's Under the Crooked Claw, out now on Nuclear Blast. They're on tour with Necrot right now all over the country. Bat is some killer crossover thrash, a little bit of death metal influence. Ryan switches from lead guitar to bass in that band. And really fun stuff as a vocalist also. So good times with Ryan. He also gives us some hints about the upcoming new Municipal Waste music and what that timeline looks like. So you definitely want to check out that interview. Also, I don't get to talk to enough music industry folks, enough people who are my brethren, my peers. But we talked to Sarah Whizbanger, Sarah of the Whizbanger Show, which is a podcast. It's on YouTube. It's on SoundCloud. The links are all in the description of that video. And we talked about Sarah's career. Sarah grew up here where I live now in the Bay Area. And a founding person of 924 Gilman Street, a founding person going to the Stone and Ruthie's Inn and the Mab, all the things you hear about it, all these thrash metal documentaries about the Bay Area, Exodus, Testament, Metallica, Violence, Defiance, Machine Head. Sarah was there. She was there for the punks. She was there for the metal. And now she's taken her career. She used to do kind of internet radio, and now she has her own podcast, and she basically focuses on underground bands. And a lot of people have been discovering cool bands from her place, from her shows. So we talked all about the challenges therein of doing a radio show in this way. Still kind of the roots of radio. Sarah's awesome. You should give her a follow and support her. She's on socials. You can listen to her show. Her new shows come out every Friday. So she may have well plugged it on her show also. She might have plugged my show on her show, which is cool. We're thankful. Much appreciated. Who is here on the Tuba U? Show yourself. Make yourself seen. Say hi with a comment. Make sure you like and sub if you're watching. Means a lot. Means a lot to us. Also, just remember, we have a podcast, the Ghost Cult Magazine podcast. This show will be a podcast. We have some exclusive content on the podcast, as well as full versions and sometimes uncensored and unedited versions of these YouTube videos. So definitely follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. Give us a sub. And Also back this week is the Glacially Musical Podcast, Beer, Metal, and Swearing. And we are back. We took a week off while I traveled, and now we're back with episode 8 of our series on Queen. Next week's the last one. You will probably miss some bangers and belters on this series on Queen. We did The Game, was one of the first cassette tapes, maybe the first cassette tape I ever bought and owned myself. Queen's The Game in 1980. I was just a little keefy back then. Now I'm a big, old, round keefy. But we love some Queen. It's actually pretty good records when they're better records somehow. It's like not really talked about, but it's got some major hits and it's actually pretty good. Some of the Queen records don't hold up. I'm going to be honest with you. Got hits, but then in the rest of the tracks, you're like, I don't know. So yeah, there's Queen The Game. That's the album cover. It's like the first album cover Queen has where it's pictures of the band, except for the one classic one that everybody knows from the Bohemian Rhapsody video. It's actually not that album, but another album.
But anyway, they just used the photo of the band on this one because I guess they didn't have anything creative to do. And just a reminder, we are affiliate partners of the folks over at Lambgoat. Sometimes loved, sometimes hated, always informative. Lambgoat Media is a collective of websites we are part of. That's when you see ads at ghostcultman.com. That's from Lambgoat. We gave away VIP tickets to the comeback of Slayer through Lambgoat. We have more things coming next week through Lambgoat. Of course, we sell ads here at this site, but if you're looking to advertise your next release, your metal store, your label, something, Lambgoat Media can give you an inexpensive and heavy solution, a very successful solution. Again, marketing and advertising is really my wheelhouse, my bread and butter. And we know these ads work. And Ghost Cult was once part of the Blast Beat Network with Metal Injection, no longer. We were part of Revolver's ad network, so we know inherently how the sausage is made, as the expression goes. So the cliche says, Lambgoat Media, our other, oops, I went too fast. Itchy Trigger Finger, our other affiliate partner, is the one and only Sticker Mule, your one-stop shop for die-cut stickers and merch. We are huge fans. We have coasters from Sticker Mule. We also get stickers from them, posters, flyers, shirts, keychains, magnets, all the things. And if you use our link in the bio, you get $10 off your first order with Sticker Mule, and we get $10 off our next order. Someone signed up this week, and we got $10. So it's about time for Keefe and Ghost Cult to make a new delivery. This is not from Sticker Mule, but this is our logo on my business card. As you can see, I'm gonna hold it up for the TikTokers, and I'll hold it up to the camera here. That's my actual business card for Ghost Cult. It's kind of blurry, but yeah, there it is, and you can see our logo. And maybe it's time to make some new Ghost Cult stickers. I think that's a thing that's gonna happen. And maybe we'll send some out to you. We're going to hit 5,000 subs here on Ghost Cult soon. Maybe I'll give a prize away to the 5,000th sub. And obviously, people unsub and resub, and I don't want that. But I don't know. Maybe I should do a giveaway. Maybe I should. I don't know. See where we're at officially right now. Right now, lifetime Ghost Cult is 4,942 subs. Holy cap. No cap, holy crap. And we're at 15,000, a little less than 15,000 views away from 1 million. So we're going to celebrate, I think. When we get the 1 million and the 5, we're not going to get to the 1 million views before we get to the 5,000 subs. Maybe we will. I don't know. I'll give a prize away for each, like a little merch bundle. And I'll throw some Ghost Cult merch in there too. Let me know. It'd be kind of hard. It's easier to see who the 5,000 sub is. It's harder to know who the 1 millionth view is. Only that we passed the 1 million views. So anyway, Sticker Mule, Ghost Cult, doing all the things. It's time for the news rundown. And you know that means the number one thing on the news rundown is metal festivals. Metal festivals. When you see this meme, it's Metal Festival time. This weekend is Maryland Doom Festival, already underway outside of Baltimore. We've covered it before. We're not covering it this year, but we will no doubt return there again. I need to personally get back to the East Coast again. I was in the East Coast for a lot of last fall. Maryland Doom Fest, headlined by Sirith Uncle on their farewell tour. Whores, so many killer bands: Lie Heavy, Blackwater Rising, Ages, Ozorn. Just amazing bands. They do a great job. That's in Frederick, Maryland, live at Cafe 611. That's all weekend. Check it out. Their 10th edition of the Maryland Doom Fest is pretty damn cool. I think it's pretty cool. All right. Also this weekend is the Four Chord Festival, also the 10th anniversary of that festival. A day to remember. The story so far. New album out right now. Senses Fail, a favorite of our state champs, 4 years strong. Microwave military gun, famous for their Taco Bell music commercial. Koyo, Action Adventures, Mallory Run, Cliff Diver, All American Reject, Something Corporate. We got Something Corporate news coming up later. Motion City Soundtrack, Get Up Kids, Reliant K, a bunch of other bands. So very cool. And the set times, not too bad on the overlaps. I'd have to say it's probably pretty cool. I don't know the setup of that festival, but that's in Pittsburgh. A lot of East Coast things happening over at the Carry Furnace Record Festival. Also, Download Festival was last weekend, and we were bringing you the news of Download Festival about the bands dropping out and asking Download to divest themselves from their number one chief financier, Barclays Bank, who basically funds the military-industrial complex and the war in Gaza. Regardless of what your opinion is of that conflict, we don't want to see anyone die or get hurt anymore. We're tired of this shit. We're tired of the Ukraine war. Tired of war. And Download divested from Barclays, pulled their name off of the festival, has pulled their name off of several festivals in the UK this summer. And Dying Wish was going to drop out. They ended up playing. I don't know if the other bands that dropped out did end up playing after all. Possibly not. They did their own sideshow with Scowl and Speed and a bunch of bands that dropped out. But Download for their 21st edition apparently had a record number of people, some iconic and memorable sets, and they have already put early bird tickets on sale for 2025. So I just wanted to lead with that story. So we've covered that festival, and the bigger the festival gets, obviously your corporate tentacles get into you. Just some thoughts to share. Since we ended with them last week, I wanted to start with them this week. Mayhem Festival, the controversial and interesting Mayhem Festival lineup is on sale officially today. Mayhem, Bad Omens, Parkway Drive, Architects, Ginger, Poppy, Kitty. August Burns Red New Kitty out today. I reviewed that album. Maybe we'll do a Kitty YouTube review tomorrow. A bunch of other bands. We Came as Romans, Suicide Silence has been kind of quiet. Darkest Hour, The Rowdown, Mothica, who I really am digging. The new Mothica record, Unearthed, Brutus. So that's on sale now. Not sure how people feel about the Mayhem Festival. Again, I will say, just personally, I think what they did to advertise the old Mayhem Festival posters as a means of getting people excited about Mayhem Festival coming back, I think they might have hurt themselves because people were expecting one legacy old school metal band to join. But I think Bad Omens and Architects and Parkway Drive and those are good bands to have. All right. Just a reminder, Riot Fest tickets are on sale now. We have the full lineup of Riot Fest. We broke it down last week. We don't have to break it down again today, but you can get tickets to Riot Fest at the link in our bio. Also, and Slayer, again, one of their comeback shows is there, and they have a bunch of metal bands, probably the most metal Riot Fest ever, which is usually a punk and alternative rock fest with a little bit of hardcore metal, but absolutely very metal with Rob Zombie, Lamb of God, Mastodon, and others. Also some other festivals. Radar Fest we've been talking about. It's coming up in July. Ghost Cult will be covering that. Our man Charlie Hill will be there. Mangata Festival. This is really cool. This got announced recently. Has a bunch of bands we like. Hacktivist, Boss Keloid, Scarlet Riot, Ghosts of Atlantis, Sarah, Pine, Mountain Caller, recently signed to Church Road Records. Many other bands. That is Saturday. It's an all-dayer, one day. Saturday, July 13th of July, at the Rescue Rooms in Nottingham, the UK. And they got a desk festival. Congrats on that, 6 Sense Media. Congrats. All right. Let's see. All right. Moving right along. This is Hellfest taking place next weekend, and holy cow, Hellfest's always a banger. Last year, they kind of doubled up from the pandemic, so they had a 3-week Hellfest. I don't think they could do that again, but this year, Metallica and Foo Fighters are your headliners. Metallica just doing some European festivals in the middle of their M72 World Tour. We'll talk about more in a minute. Avenged Sevenfold, Machine Head again, Queens of the Stone Age, Offspring, Dropkick Murphys, Saxon, playing a special set. The Prodigy, Reborn, Megadeth, Landmarks, Kerry King solo, Mass Hysteria, Bruce Dickinson solo, Corey Taylor solo, Shaka Punk, I don't know who that is. Tom Morello solo, Royal Blood, Baby Metal, Steel Panther, Polyphia, Extreme, the band, except Frank Carter, the Rattlesnakes. Got an interview with Frank Carter and Daniel coming up soon. Talk all about their stuff. That's next week. Also coming up, we talked a bit about the Alcatraz Festival with Architects and Monomart. That's coming up very soon. This is really cool looking. This is the Black Bomb Metal Fest here in Sonora, California, right near me, headlined by Ex Mortis and a bunch of other great local, regional, and international metal bands. A lot of thrash and progressive metal and stuff on here. So that's pretty exciting. Lots of festivals and tours. Incarceration is the next big Danny Wimmer festival. We got some Danny Wimmer Fest news also in addition, but Incarceration has announced their set times. It's always a fun time at the Ohio State Reformatory. That is a metal and tattoo festival inside the grounds of a prison, the prison from The Shawshank Redemption, one of my favorite movies based on a Stephen King short story. I don't know about you. I'm a fan. Breaking Benjamin, Godsmack, Shinedown, Offspring, Hailstorm, Bad Omens, Chevelle, I Prevail, Parkway Drive, and a bunch of other bands. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Also, this is the HFS Festival. This is pretty diverse and cool. This is taking place this fall, a one-day festival in Washington, D.C. I believe the folks who booked the 930 Club are responsible at the ballpark where the Washington Nationals play. One day, one stage, Postal Service, Death Care for Cutie. Saw both of them last year at Riot Fest. Incubus, Bush, Garbage, Jimmy Eat World, Girl Talk, Violent Femmes, Tonic Filter, and Lit. So lots of 1990s vibes strong with this one. I'd go to this. I love, maybe not the top two bands, but I like Incubus. I love Garbage. I like Bush. I love Jimmy Eat World. I like Girl Talk. I like Violent Femmes. Tonic Filter. I love. Filter still riding high off that viral interview we did with Richard Patrick where Blabbermouth just quoted the political stuff and nothing really good about the band that we said. I was like, thanks, guys. Been phenomenal, amazing, and great. So, HFS Fest taking place this September. All right. Crucial Fest 13 is coming up in Salt Lake City, once again sponsored by our friends at Lambgoat and a bunch of other places. Mars Red Sky, Midwife, Howling Giant, X Everything, Onsetter, Iota, Violet Temper, The Horn, plus Friday the 13th, Night of Evil with Ghost. Electronica said we interviewed James Kent of Ghost, and we like a lot of synthwave and adjacent synthwave metal stuff. Also, Headbangers Boat. This is pretty interesting. Our friends at the Gates have unexpectedly canceled all of their summer and fall tour plans for 2024. Not sure why. Don't know if it's touring. Don't know if it's visas. Don't know if it's personal. Don't know if it's illness. We're huge At the Gates fans. Always rooting for them. I know we have some mutuals, me and the band, but I don't like to pry. So I'm hoping they'll at some point reveal why they have canceled the tour dates. And one of those things affected was they were one of the lead bands on the Headbangers Boat from Lamb of God this fall, which is a sellout. There is a wait list. Carcass has replaced At the Gates. That's a pretty good replacement. Carcass. But I hope everything is okay in the world of At the Gates. Moving along, more Danny Wimmer Festival news. Sonic Temple early bird tickets are on sale. Welcome to Rockville early bird tickets are on sale. Aftershock has been revealing their travel plans and other packages and things. We'll be at Aftershock. We'll be at Louder Than Life this year. We will be at Riot Fest again. I expect we might be at. I think we're going to go cover Furnace Fest. I'm trying to do New England Metal and Hardcore Fest, and maybe come back and do a night in New York with all my peeps and some fans. Maybe we'll do a fan night at like Duff's or at St. Vitus somehow reopens. Don't know, or Lucky 13. Or TDI or something else. But Sonic Temple, early bird tickets are on sale now for 2025. Rockville as well. We got their dates. We'll get band lineups in the spring. Probably the winter. Milwaukee Metal Fest has announced their dates for their third comeback event since they reformed, thanks to Jamie Josta of Hatebreed. We have coverage of that on our site. We'll link it in the description. And the early bird tickets for Milwaukee Metal Fest are on sale. I would love to go to Milwaukee Metal Fest. My plan this year was to actually do Milwaukee Metal Fest and then Maryland Death Fest. It did not pan out, but I'm hoping. We did cover both those things a little bit. Crucial Fest. All right. Just a reminder, New England Metal and Hardcore Festival announced their pre-show with God Forbid and Rivers of Nile. That is on sale now. We're going to have some pretty cool news coming up with that festival soon to share with you. We'll probably be talking about it next week. Stay tuned to your socials for some stuff with those guys. Hint, hint, hint. Just a little talk about No Values Fest. Our review is going to come next week. So I went down to Pomona, me and my homie and co-owner of Ghost Coat, Omar Cordy. We covered No Values Fest. And again, the music was a 10 of 10. And the event itself left something to be desired. There was a lot of logistical problems. And the festival was sent out. Some people, so parking was free. Water was cheap. And it's a place that held like 20 versions of Warped Tour. So I don't know why they struggle. Maybe they haven't had a festival in a very long time with the pandemic and everything. Maybe it was like just tough for them to put on a show. But very disappointed. We were 9 minutes away. My hotel was 9 minutes away from the festival, and it took us hours to get in, and I missed a bunch of bands. So we were supposed to cover. Very unhappy. But other than that, it was beautiful, brilliant, great. Amazing. And festival has blamed the local police and the venue for the issues they had, and they are planning to come back next year. So they're saying they're going to take control of this next year so this doesn't happen again. But a lot of people dissatisfied. A lot of people paid for preferred parking and could not get into it. So just a reminder. Just a reminder that these things happen. Leave early. Get there extra early. I know it adds time to your day of being on the ground in the heat and whatnot, but we'll definitely go back to No Values Fest if they have it again. I just think I would definitely do it a little differently if we did it. But review coming soon. And then Bowling for Soup was at the Forensi Rocks Festival, and one of their guys ended up going to the hospital, so they played as a trio. Big Bowling for Soup fan here. Interviewed Jarrett last year at Riot Fest. You can check that out on the site. It's got some solo music out right now. Bowling for Soup is on their 40th anniversary tour, and along with No Effects, they're one of the longest running, oldest punk bands, pop punk bands, big influential band. And that's all the festivals. Wow. And more to come next week. But pretty big stuff. Also, the biggest story of any show, tour, residency, whatnot, tonight in New York, right now, almost 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Dillinger Escape Plan's Calculating Infinity 25th anniversary shows. We were lucky to witness the very first show at No Values Fest. That was an exclusive. Amazing to see Dimitri in front of 15,000, 20,000 people at once. It was incredible. I'm sure he was shitting a brick. I know I would be. But yeah, those shows start tonight with a bunch of rotating lineups. I believe we have some friends there tonight. We have some friends there tomorrow. Ghost Cult will be in the house on Sunday for the big finale show. And then nothing else. They have planned some Chicago shows and nothing else after that. So we'll see if they do additional shows. But they have announced their lineup for the Chicago shows, and Trash Talk is on it. So, wow. I'm glad to have Dillinger back doing this Calculating Infinity thing. They absolutely made me swell with pride watching them live. We'll talk all about it. I talked a bit about it last week. Dillinger and Power Trip. I skipped other huge bands I would never miss to see them because you had to. BC Jiu-Jitsu is here. Morbid and Miserable showed up. Hey, that's cool. I'm a fan. TikTok is weird. You can't always say hi to people once they leave. You just do you want to invite them? Well, I'd rather just kind of acknowledge them than invite them. We don't do guests to host this show. Maybe someday Omar and I will do one together. We did a podcast together recently when we eclipsed 500 podcasts, not 5,000, 500. We did the 500th episode together. Gave each other a hard time. My light went out. That's fun. But okay. A little less pink now. It happens every week. Metallica, again, continues their M72 tour. If you go on their YouTube, they're putting up high-quality pro shop videos from their tours and festival appearances all summer long, all nightmare long, all year long. Again, Metallica being on tour is good for everybody else. So we got about 8 more weeks of Metallica live, and then nothing else on the books for the rest of this year. They might be just taking a hiatus. We'll see. Judas Priest tickets are on tour with Sabaton for the second leg of the Invincible Shield tour. This was announced today. Skeletal Remains and Bewitcher are doing a co-headline tour, 2 up-and-coming killer bands. Skeletal Remains new album out now. Bewitcher new album coming soon. Bewitcher is one of the coolest bands I saw recently for the first time, and they are so badass. Like very Midnight vibes with those guys. Really great. Midnight and a little bit of Necrofire, a little bit of Exciter. If you like the old school metal. Here's Bad Religion, shot by the wonderful and amazing Hillary Jason. This was shot at Psycho Las Vegas 2019. Hillary is the queen of concert photography, mentored and taught me a lot about the business and the craft, and which I retained very little now that I'm not doing it anymore. But Hillary rules. She used to do a lot of stuff for Ghost Cult. You can see her work in Decibel Magazine, and she is on the photo and social media team for Maryland Death Fest. So Serpent Conjuration, if you're still lurking about, you have definitely seen Hillary's photos. Bad Religion has announced another leg of tour dates for this fall. No idea yet who the openers will be, but they just concluded a co-headline tour with Social D, Social Distortion, and we saw both Bad Religion and Social D at No Values Fest. So new photos and new coverage of No Values Fest coming soon. I'm a huge fan. Goat Whore and Vitriol have a bunch of tour dates coming up you don't want to miss. Goat Whore, I believe, is going. They released. I believe they're going to put out new music and a new album soon. Just haven't got the announcement. I think it's later this year. So Vitriol and Goat Whore teaming up for a tour. The Venomous Evocation Tour. And that the other openers on the tour across different dates are Antifaxith, Necrofire, and Herrick. I can't read this word because the logo is too illegible. But anywho, Heretic Legion. Sorry, I can't read shit. My eyes are bad. I need new scripts for my glasses. Who else? Who else is this year's old with a backache and bad eyesight? Okay. Also announced today, 200 Stab Wounds have announced a big headline tour with direct support coming from a gang of bands across different dates, but especially Balmora, Upon Stone, and Stabbing. So Stabbing, 200 Stab Wounds and Stabbing will tour together. I think that's kind of fun. I think it's fun. What do you think? All right. We're almost through this and then on to the rest of the news and then wrap up the show. Set It Off and From Ashes to New have announced some tour dates. Ginger, once again, these tickets are on sale now. American headline tour. They've been opening for a lot of people. Now they're doing a headline tour. Pretty fun. Thank you, whoever gave us a heart. I thank you. Thank you very much. Celestial Burial on Facebook gave us a love. Thank you for loving what we do. We love what you do. And thanks to everybody watching. We're up to, could be 75, 80 people watching at one time here. Not great. Appreciate you. Art in Action. This is really cool. We do a lot of, again, as we did mention at the top, we like charity things. We like raising awareness for things. So this is Art in Action. Woodward Art in Action, introducing the best summer camp ever, presented by Loyal to the Craft. And this is teaching content creation, art electives, digital media workshops, shred sessions, and exclusive performances. July 28th through August 3rd, sponsored by Vans and Volcom and Nixon. Music, art, fashion, and sports, teaching the next generation of today's youth all about these values and art and music and just getting in the community and things like that. And I think it's pretty damn awesome. So I see Skull Candy is a sponsor of this also. Very cool. Very cool. All right. San Francisco, my current local town, is doing a bunch of one-off live pop-up concerts, and one of them in Del Sol Park is going to feature the Eagles of Death Metal. Love you all the time. Eagles of Death Metal, man. Great band. Saturday, September 7th. Not sure I'm around that week. I think I am. Sponsored by Noise Pop, who puts on the Noise Pop Festival every winter. SF Parks Alliance and Kilowatt, killer rock punk metal dive bar place in the Mission. I will be in that neighborhood later on. I'm going to see the Teaches of Peaches documentary at the Roxy. So you'll see me check in from there later with a photo or a poster. But Eagles of Death Metal in Potrero del Sol Park, which is not far from places we have covered shows at Bottom of the Hill and the Parkside. That's that neighborhood. All right. Good times. Also, this is two doctors that are the co-founders of the Ronnie James Dio Stand Up and Shout for Cancer charity, as well as Wendy Dio and everybody's boomer dad, Eddie Trunk. Eddie Trunk, a former hero of mine. You know, he started in radio. He started at Megaforce Records. He helped sign Anthrax and Overkill and King's X and Skid Row and countless bands that he's personally responsible for making famous. But I know kind of he has a different relationship now with fans, but we've covered and supported the Bowl for Ronnie, Rock for Ronnie, all these events. So Rock for Ronnie raised $80,000 last month for Stand Up and Shout to Cancer. There's nothing to sneeze at. 80 grand goes a long way when it comes to research for medical cures and things. We're almost done, folks. So, also, we talked about Something Corporate announced a bunch of tour dates. They're on that festival we mentioned a few minutes ago. Very cool. And their lead singer's got a new solo album out also, and he's doing some one-off dates and stuff. Let's take it back to 85. Howard Jones, ABC, a favorite of Omar Cordy's, and Haircut 100. Haircut 100 is like the punchline of one of my favorite Patton Oswalt jokes of all time about like Damn Yankees, the supergroup that features stupid Ted Nugent, racist asshole and marginal guitar player, to be honest with you. It was like his supergroup Damn Yankees, which had other guys from bands that I do like, Styx and Night Ranger and stuff. And they're like in their video, one of their music videos, they're like in a warehouse, like fending off gunfire with their guitar awesomeness. And then you see a bunch of hot girls miles away. So they're so strangely removed from the chicks they wish they could get. And so, Patton Oswalt is like, remember the hair metal bands? It's like they always had attractive women in the videos, but like they were never near them. Tawny Katane, rest in power, rolled all over a Rolls Royce in the Whitesnake video for Here I Go Again, but she was never with him really in the video much. So probably hot chicks would rather bone Haircut 100 than Jackal with a Y, who I also like Jackal back in the day. It was a time. It was a time. Let me know if you were a hair metal fan. Unapologetically, just like people love new metal, a lot of people love that hair metal stuff. I'm telling you, it's pop music, it's rock music and pop music. It's okay. This is a bummer. Down was doing a one-off, they like pop-up show in Mexico, in New Mexico, but fires in Mexico were causing the air quality to be dangerous, and so they postponed the show there, and they're doing two pop-up shows this weekend in NOLA for $5 a show to raise money to donate to the people suffering from those fires. So I thought that was pretty cool. Still, occasionally new Down music is coming at some point, a new single, a new EP, maybe a new album. They were going to do a covers album. Kirk Windstein said they couldn't agree on it. That's a bum. They couldn't agree on the songs to cover. Kind of sucks. But yeah, Down. Postponed one, added two. So not too shabby. And that is all the festivals and the tour dates. Wow. That's a long section of this show. But that's what people are interested in. We continue to cover that. Let's blast through. The rest of this show and blast through the major stories of the week. And the major stories of the week, the reason the show is on a Friday and not on a Thursday like usual. Yeah, those fires. Texas Metal United is here on Facebook. Hi, Texas Metal United. Thanks for being here and supporting us. If we're not following you, I will immediately after this live stream. We might be following you. I think we are. I've been hearing about these fires. I live in Northern California. It hasn't been that bad yet, but we get very bad forest fires. And, you know, you got to be careful out there if you're camping. You got to be careful. They can trace you and figure out who set the fires. So you definitely want to be careful. Terry Wiles, 469 is here. Greg Sanders has been here. Bells Ringing 20 has been here. Very smiley face there in your profile picture. Bells ringing. I hope you're safe, Texas Metal United, wherever you are in Texas. It's vast, but, you know, full of calamity at times. And so last night, instead of doing my show, I went to go see the Ghost movie, Right Here, Right Now, R.I.T., a.k.a. the last line of Square Hammer. And I saw the Ghost movie, and I think I'm going to do a review this weekend. And I'm going to tell you, it was pretty great. It was pretty great. It was, it's long. It's a full concert with production, very similar to Iron Maiden or Metallica in terms of scope. I don't know that Ghost could go do that in 40 cities, but I think they could probably pull it off in 10. I'm a big Ghost fan. I don't know about you. A lot of people hate them. It's like Sleep Token. A lot of people hate them. But I think Ghost is great. I didn't really know. They didn't really give a lot of information about what else was going to be in the movie. I don't want to spoil it for you because it's playing all weekend. They added, due to incredible demand, they added additional shows. Maybe I'll go see it one more time. I don't know. But they continue the Papa story. If you've been following the Message from the Clergy Studios. Oh, Stephanie is a resident of New Mexico. I'm so sorry, and I hope everything is okay by you and your family and your friends and metal bands and rock bands and people. I hope everybody's okay. You know, we have enough shit. The world is trying to actively fucking kill us. And I hope it doesn't actively try to kill you, Stephanie. You're one of our favorites. I hope you're okay. I hope your family's safe. Holy shit, your friends. Ghost movie is definitely worth watching if you're a fan. If you're a hater, obviously not. And there will be a vinyl live album release in July. I believe Monday or Tuesday we will get an announcement. It's usually what happens with these Trafalgar releasing live stream global events. They usually announce then a video on demand deal and when it hits the streaming and when you can buy the DVD. So that's all coming. I will tell you that I saw Ghost like second or third ever show in America when I lived in Boston. You know that I lived in Boston for quite a while, from 2005 to 2015. And there was no one there. There was no one there. There was a handful of us there. And I loved Elizabeth and I loved that Opus Eponymous record. And no one could have gave a shit about this band that is now doing global live streaming of their movie theater concert movie. What the hell? Pretty great. And again, if you hate Ghost, they enable other bands. The success of Ghost, the success of Metallica, the success of bands you don't like, enable the bands you do like. Just remember that. Make it possible. Make other people think like this is a possibility. Alrighty, other big news of the week. Metallica's Fortnite concerts are this weekend. Metallica, everything. Metallica and Fortnite. People were saying that their gameplay, their interactive world stuff was really great compared to other bands that have been in Fortnite. So, you know, what frontier has Metallica not covered? Played on every continent, now been in Fortnite. I think this is the victory lap and the end of the road probably for Metallica the next few years. Enjoy them while you can. Get every little bit of them that you can because they're not going to be around that much longer. Also released today, Schizophrenia, re-recorded by Caballera, featuring Max and Igor, the brothers, formerly of Sepultura. And they dropped a new video today, a visualizer. You can go see them on tour all summer and all fall, playing Schizophrenia and other Sepultura hits in the encore. I love Morbid Visions of Bestial Devastations. I'm on record as that. I saw it live twice. I bought the vinyl twice. Dat Girl Kavaya, thanks for trying to be in the video, but we don't do guests. I appreciate you, though. This is our rock and metal show, but thanks for being here. Yeah, really cool stuff in the world of Cavalera. They did a coffee recently with Concept Cafes. We got the Cavalera coffee. It was really cool. So very cool stuff. Max is busy. Do Soulfly soon. Fortnite, right? Your kids are stoked. That's great. That's just great. Yeah, kids love Fortnite. I have a friend that games and plays Fortnite. Who knew? I hope they treat Bandcamp better, Epic Games. when your 12-year-old finds you excited about Ride the Lightning. Dude, 13-year-old me would also be excited about Ride the Lightning and surprised they'd be like, I don't know what the equivalent is today. I don't think there is an equivalent today of like the success of gaming and integrated in with like pop culture and lifestyle things. Pretty great. Speaking of pop culture and lifestyle, what a segue. Funko Pop Rocks Vinyls is putting out a new version of Ozzy. Let's see if it hit yet. I don't think that I got a notification if it did, but let's just see if it went on sale. If it did, I missed it, and it will probably be sold out. But does G-Eazy have a new album out today? That's cool. A new song? That's freaking cool. Let's just quickly look at Funko. Sorry for the clacks. Nope, not yet. Not yet on this alert, but the Ozzy Funko is coming. And yeah, so the Ozzy Funko, it's the late 80s Ozzy Funko, where he's got no shirt on and he's wearing the sparkly pants. It's not the mid 80s. You notice there's no mid 80s shot in the dark looking like Liberace married Roseanne Barr Ozzy. But let's just see if this thing went on sale yet. I don't think so. But it looks pretty cool. I have a lot of Funkos. I know people are like, oh, I don't care. I don't care about the Funkos. Doesn't look like it's alive yet. Chris Stapleton has a Funko. That's great. New Tupac Shakur Funko. Snoop Dogg's got a bunch of Funkos. Dolly, a Funko with a banjo. I might like that. Avril Lavigne, Let Go. Skater Girl or Skater Boy, sorry, Funko. Fun times. Panic at the Disco somehow has several Funkos. Wasn't sure how or why, but okay. Ozzy new Funkos. Very excited. And it's been a drag queen. I absolutely need drag queen Ozzy Funko from the Ozfest stuff. And, a lot of Ozzy activity. I know Geezer Butler was saying, Ozzy keeps texting me and saying he wants to do one last show. I just don't see how he can do it. But also Super 7, we talked about them last week. They continued their punk and metal week with another classic rock week. They got a new version of their Jimi Hendrix reaction figures. So Funko is literally right near my house. I should just pop in there and do a new video because it's been a minute. Also, so this is interesting. Amberlin is sort of a post-hardcore band from Southern California. One of the more, interesting and legendary bands of the last 25 years. Warped Tour band, Don't Do It, Ozzy. Brooklyn Miss. And, Amberlin has gone through a series of singers. Their original singer came back and left again. And now they're putting out new music and a new album coming this summer, Vega, with Matty Mullins of Memphis May Fire. Matty Mullins, a very controversial figure in the metalcore scene. He's not a bad guy at all, but just, they started as kind of a Christian metalcore band and then kind of rejected that and went a different direction. Good singer, decent guy from what I can tell. Don't know him. Never met him. Seen him once. How do you feel about, bands? Like I said, if the guy doesn't want to be the singer anymore and the next guy they got doesn't want to be the singer anymore, do you go get a new guy? And apparently Matty is a huge Amberlin fan. So we've covered the band for the whole entirety of Ghost Cult forever and ever. So just a thought out there. Amberlin new music with Matty Mullins. We'll see how it goes. I haven't heard it yet. Baroness is getting re-releases of their classic red, blue, yellow, and green albums on new vinyl versions. I believe, I'm not sure if it's Baroness themselves putting it, or is it might be Relapse. It's Relapse Records, sorry. Relapse owns the rights to these records. I'm sure Baroness gets paid, compensated correctly. But I love these records. I have all of them. I have a print that's really cool from Yellow and Green that at some point I have to get reframed and put up again. Maybe when I get my next apartment, I don't have a wall space for it here behind me. Big Baroness fan. Baroness on tour all summer. Still supporting their album Stone from 2023. One of my favorite record of 2023, actually. And I look forward to seeing them soon. TikTok is like, tell us you're still here or we're going to hang up on everybody. Don't hang up on me. I'm still here. All right. I did the puzzle thing, and we're going to go into overtime as we cross the hour and 5.5 minute mark. We're almost done, folks. I appreciate you hanging in here. This is really cool. Dark Sky Burial is this ambient electronic side project from Shane Embry, who you definitely know from Napalm Death and Brujeria and other bands. And he is putting out a brand new album, very prolific artist, between tours with Napalm Death and new music with Napalm Death, of which Shane is one of the main writers. Dark Sky Burial is his passion project. He self-releases a lot of these records. This new record is coming in July, Solve et Coagula. And we heard the first song. It's pretty baller. I am hoping to get an interview with Shane. He's one of the handful of people on my bucket list, a.k.a. the fuck it list. I have yet to interview Shane Embry, and I would love to, as a former bassist and a huge grindcore fan and a fan of him in general. Hope it happens. Dale Crover of Melvins. We bring you a lot of Melvins news. New Melvins album this year, one of the best albums of 2024, Tarantula Heart. Dale recovered from a surgery. And Buzzo, King Buzzo, we have an interview we just ran recently with him. We've interviewed Dale a couple of years ago. And King Buzzo is going on a solo tour, his second solo tour ever, his first international one with Trevor Dunn. Dale is putting out a new solo album on Joyful Noise Records. And we heard the first song. It's exactly what you expected it to be. Dale is a maniac and a great artist. And so this is a really great, he looks kind of thin here, like he thinned out a little bit. He is one of the best drummers of all time. He's one of the best artists of all time. Dale Crover for life. Amigo the Devil, who I just saw on tour, and you can look for my review of the Frank Turner Amigo the Devil Bridge City Sinners tour coming soon to the website. Amigo the Devil's been playing a brand new song live. He just put out his new album, Yours Until the War Ends, earlier in the year. It's really great. And this picture is by my dear friend Meg Loyal of Meg Loyal Photography in Southern California. This is a older picture of Danny, but this guy doesn't seem to age. Danny Caranos, aka Amigo the Devil. Brand new song, My Body is a Dive Bar. He's starting to like slowly put it out on socials, and it's apparently coming out as a full-on single. I think he's got a merch drop surrounding it on his website, Liars Club Records, which is Danny's label. Also home to Tejon Street Corner Thieves, another band I'm a fan of. So yeah, new Amigo the Devil. If you weren't satisfied enough with that album, another new song he's already playing on tour. Pretty great. In the style of his earlier music where he just kind of solo guitars a thing. Because now he has a whole backing band, which is great. Smash Into Pieces put out a new song today with a bunch of collaborators. They put out a cover of Linkin Park's In the End, the iconic, humongous pop rock sort of metal adjacent song. Smash Into Pieces, great band from Sweden, former members of Amaranth and Within Temptation in that band. They just did a whole tour of the U.S. They are doing another tour all over Europe. I believe they're going to announce some more dates in the U.S. soon. They put out a couple of new remix singles and this cover. So pretty cool news for Smash Into Pieces. By all accounts, great people, great band. This is a tough one. This is Tracy Bonham. You probably remember her if you're over a certain age, not quite a boomer, but a Gen Xer and maybe a little younger. Tracy Bonham, in the post-grunge wave of the mid-90s, put out kind of like an alternative rock, heavy rock song called Mother Mother. She's a vocalist and a classically trained violinist. It was really cool to hear violin on the radio in a song with screaming and heavy riffs, even though it's not typically metal. And Tracy just gave a new interview to People magazine. By the way, Tracy tours pretty relentlessly. Brand new music coming out, brand new album coming out, new single out. Tracy gave a very revealing interview to People magazine in which she revealed she has been battling breast cancer and also on the heels of a divorce and a big depression in her life, then found out she had cancer. So very sad. We're sending all our well wishes and support to Tracy. I'm going to check this new Tracy Bonham record out. A peer of Alanis Morissette, a peer of Sarah McLachlan, a peer of Meredith Brooks, a peer to that whole group of, Flyleaf, a whole peer to them. So I would love to see Tracy continue to soldier on, apparently recovering from breast cancer. And what a badass, what a complete warrior badass. Cancer sucks. I still can't believe we're dealing with this shit. And I don't think it's the real Johnny Knoxville, but hi, Johnny Knoxville on TikTok. It'd be cool if you were. Corbus is here. Brooklyn Miss was here. Mitchell Nestor, what up, what up? Shrek's uncle. Are you Shrek's uncle? Stupid donkey. All right. An hour and 10 minutes. No more jokes. Almost done here. Powerwolf, new song, new album coming soon, new American headline tour from the band on Napalm Records. Sort of, again, Powerwolf, really great stage show. I'm not the biggest power metal fan. I don't know if you are, but we're just trying to touch all the bases this week. Give you a little bit of every genre. Here's Fiddler. Speaking of some punks, we saw Fiddler at No Values Fest. They got a brand new album they announced. First full-length album in 5 years, Surviving the Dream, coming out in September. They got 2 new singles out. Get Off My Wave and Fix Me. And they had the most crowd surfers of all of No Values Fest, and that will definitely be part of my review coming next week. Fiddler, great band. I hope to interview them soon. And a band, we're still in Men's Mental Health Month here. Completely fuck cancer, Brooklyn Miss. And we're still in Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, whatever these things mean. And Fiddler's lead vocalist and main instigator of their band has been talking pretty openly about being diagnosed bipolar and how it's not a death sentence. It's actually been like information that's helped them, Zach Carpenter, live his life a lot better now that he knows what's wrong with him. Maybe never knew what was wrong with him, but what a killer band. And again, it's really important to we are always saying we're out here for you. If you're struggling, if you got problems, we're here for you. Thank you. Also, this was a bit of a surprise. Lacuna Coil's guitarist Diego Cavallati left the band he'd been in since 2016, so 8 years, a very long time to be in a long-running band that has been around for 25, 27 years. He did put an announcement that he put his own statement out that he wasn't kicked out, but he also was moving on to do other stuff. This is a photo from our own Evil Rob. So this literally was a month ago at Milwaukee Metal Fest. He was on stage with them, and I don't know if that was his final show with them because they were on a little bit of a headline tour, but he is now done with the band, and they will I don't know if they're going to replace him or not, but we'll find out. Lacuna Coil continues to march toward making a new record. Actors, a group that I love a lot, if you like some synthwave music, has released a new single, Dead Inside. Actors, prolific artists, music makers, remixers, collabers, super stoked. I think Health put out a new collab this week also. A lot of good activity. And then just last and not least in the news section here, before we move on to the last few segments and give you back your night, have you been watching The Boys season 4 on Amazon Prime? I'm a huge fan of the Garth Ennis graphic novel. Garth Ennis, one of my favorite people ever in comic books. I don't know if you're a big comic nerd like I am. Punisher, best Punisher series, Garth Ennis. Preacher, mostly incredible, not the TV show, but the books. And then The Boys. And we're into season 4. I believe they've kind of tipped their hand that there's going to be one more season after this. So they're up to episode 4. And The Boys has been using a lot of rock and metal music. Like they've always had kind of like cool callbacks. Huey, one of the main characters of the show, is a huge Billy Joel fan. So there's always a lot of like similar dad rock. I love Billy Joel. I was looking at Billy Joel concert tickets. Like, where can I get to see him? He is coming to LA at some point this year. And they use the very opening of the season, uses God Save the Queen by the Sex Pistols, who we don't love, but like, gotta respect, at least for being one of the first. But Billy the Butcher, Carl Urban, one of the lead actors in the show, is British, and Billy the Butcher is very British in the show. He extremely says twat and other things, and in it, things like that. So God, on brand to have some British punk. I think you could pick better bands. But The Boys season 4, I'm rather loving it. Can't wait for the rest of it. Me, don't be weird at this social event. Other me, giving strangers unnecessary information about serial killers. Who, me? I feel very seen. That's me. So that means it's time for the next to last segment of the show, the New Music Friday. And we are thick into the heaviest time of the year for new albums. As we always say, reminder, if you have a band and you're watching this and you want to get on our future lists and our future videos and our future clip shows and our future social posts and website posts, get ahead of us months and months before your record comes out, send us an email at submissions@ghostcultmag, or send me an email at editor@ghostcultmag, and get on these lists, because we make these well in advance. And then people are like, you can't get my band on your list. And it's like, I tried, bro. I tried. But if you tell me the week of and the day of and it's out already, I can't help it. So here's some stuff we covered this week. You can see reviews at our site from Bangladeshi, Cavalera, Construct of Left. You want some atmospheric death metal? The Dangerous Summer is coming soon. Some hard rock. Ghost Next Door, progressive metal and Ripple music. Hyperdontia, some extreme technical death metal. Kitty, which I reviewed, very excited about the new Kitty album. It's really full of bangers. Great job. Very proud. Portrait for some trad metal on Metal Blade Records. The Story So Far, the aforementioned pop punk rock band. Sumac for your sludge metal and difficult doom on Thrill Jockey. And that's it for what we covered. And then let's just look at the greater list and see if there's a few more things we didn't shout out that we should have. Of course, Alceste is on that list. La Chance de Lorraine. I pre-ordered this record. I'm a humongous obsessive Alceste fan. Ancient Entities, Echoes of Annihilation, self-released. Acide, also on Thrill Jockey Records. Black Veil Bride's new EP, including their Broadway cover from Sweeney Todd, Bleeders EP. Deneva, great boogie rock, stoner rock band, live on Heavy Psych Sounds. Earth Tone 9 on Candlelight Records. Gasket, killer, knock loose style hardcore Babylon, the EP on Blue Grape Music, the same label as Code Orange. Gorgatron, Sentience Revoked for some death metal on Redefining Darkness Records. Greenleaf, The Head and the Habit on Magnetic Eye. Horseburner, a lot of great stoner rock and stoner doom bands this week. Horseburner, Voice of Storms, love them. Hung out with them once in New York City. Blues Funeral Recordings, another great label. King Bastard, From Whence They Came. Marillion, live an hour before it's dark, live in Port Zélande 2023. Mest, great punk band on their new album is Youth. Rendezvous Portrait Dream Chaser on Long Branch Records. Replacier, The Homies, The Center Cannot Hold on Season of Mist, great technical death metal. Sark for some black metal. Endo Freight on Soul Cellar Records. Riff Lord, aforementioned, we did the premiere with them. After Doom, great to see you here. Pantheist Band is here, great to see you here. James Walsh, 057 is here. Again, if you bands want to get on these New Music Friday release videos, social media posts, and website posts, email us in advance of your release. Let's see. Last few things. The Used has a B-Sides and Rarities record out called Meds. Tether has a record called Mirror Work out, worth checking out. Wage War for some metalcore. Stigma and Fearless Records, and another live album, Within Temptation, Worlds Collide. Within Temptation so big that they can headline arenas and put out records with no label by themselves. That's all the New Music Friday, and now we're into the last segment of the shows. One's running a little long, and I appreciate you all for being here. Of course, this meme I do love, and you will see me reuse it. I love everyone, no matter what, but what if they're gay or believe in other gods? Did I fucking stutter? Love everyone. Fuck your prejudices, man. We don't have time for this shit. The world is actively trying to fucking expel us from the planet. Be kind to each other. We're running out of fucking time here. I just want to live long enough to fucking rock the fuck out and go to metal festivals all over the world and hug every one of you. New Somac is so good. I knew you were going to dig that one. Steph, they're so good. I wanted to interview them. They don't really do press. I was like, please, Aaron, let me talk to you. So here's a picture of Bruce Dickinson at the Whiskey A Go-Go shop by my partner and co-owner of Ghost Cult, Omar Cordy. We were able to do the secret show from Bruce. You know that Bruce recently put out his latest solo album, his fourth or fifth in 30 years. The Mandrake Project, Volume 1, which indicates there will be a Volume 2. And he also has a concurrent Mandrake Project graphic novel series or comic book series that is going to be compiled later by Z2 Comics in a graphic novel. And so on my travels, my last leg of my trip, because of the flooding damage here at my building, I stayed up in Fairfield, where I used to live, and I did the last week's show from. And I had paid a visit to two places that I really love in that town, Suisun, Fairfield, California. And one is one of my favorite comic book stores, which is Waterfront Comics in Suisun. Probably the best comic book shop in Solano County, California. And it's run by a huge heavy metal fan, my friend John, who might be watching. Thank you, John. It was great to catch up with you. And John's been a big supporter of Ghost Cult. He's been a personal supporter of me and my health journey and crises. And John's just a wonderful friend and great people. We love to go to his store and talk about metal and rocket comics. So I went in the store just to say hi because I was in the neighborhood. And I was like, oh, did you ever get these Mandrake books? Because I never got any. And he's like, oh, I have them here. Why don't you just take a couple? And I was like, well, I don't really like to take anything off of anybody. That, a comic book shop is much like a record store. And you have to, cost a lot of money. He literally gave me issues 1 and 2. I'm going to just open one and check it out. Came with a certificate of authenticity. This is legit, yo. Probably should have opened this ahead of time, but I'm bad at planning. Here's your certificate of authenticity. Bruce Dickinson's The Mandrake Project is hands down the biggest, most complex, surreal, delightfully twisted behemoth of a project I've ever had the privilege to be involved in. And I worked with Alan Moore, Bill Sienkiewicz, comics legend. So there's a certificate of authenticity. I'll hold it up here as y'all can see also. It's blurring my face. That's probably for the best. Here's the book. Book 1 and 2 have similar covers. And, it's got new comic printing smell. This is gorgeous. This cell phone or this camera is not going to really do justice to the panels. I can add some panels in or link us to the website where we previewed the book. But I got issues 1 and 2. And then he's like, while you're at it, Bad Omens just put out this comic book, Concrete Jungle, about their ongoing stuff. We talked a lot about Bad Omens, sending a lot of support to Noah Sebastian. This is really cool. White cover, just a plain white variant cover, but apparently a very killer story. Concrete Jungle by Bad Omens. I'm pretty excited about that. And then because I like the same thing when I get into a show, or Omar, talk about Omar for a second. When Omar goes to a show or I get into a show free to cover the show, I still support the band. I support the venue. I buy stuff from the venue. I buy merch. I buy stuff. So I insisted that John sell me this Frank Zappa Funko. I'm a huge Frank Zappa fan. I don't know if you know that. You should go watch the Alex Winter documentary about Zappa. This is the recent Zappa for President Funko. I think is a very fitting Zappa for President in a time when all our political leaders are assholes and liars and cribs. So I was happy to at least buy something from John. Again, Waterfront Comics in Suisun, California. I'm a huge fan. I also passed by the recently changed hands of management Retroactive Records right down the block. Worth your time. Retroactive Video Games, a video game museum timeline, literally museum style timeline across the store. New owner. Happy to patronize places I love. Coming up for Blair is here. Alex Winter rules. Who would have thought? That's right. The guy from Lost Boys and Bill and Ted is actually an incredible director. I'm about ending the show here, Reza, but I appreciate you popping in here at this late moment. And if you want to rewatch it, there'll be a rewatch. I think the first 3 or 4 minutes had terrible sound, and then we got it fixed thanks to my team here coaching me. But that's our show. Again, we try our best to support people whenever possible. So Bruce Dickinson, Mandrake Project, graphic novel, soon-to-be graphic novels, comic issues with certificates of authenticity. There's a picture of Waterfront Comics in Suisun, my former hometown for a while. Love that place. I still love going there. And it's me once again. I don't know anything. That's our show. I'm heading out to the movies to go see Teaches of Peaches documentary and enjoy your weekend. As we say every week at this juncture of the show, it is a tough time in the world. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and stay as metal as humanly possible. Be safe out there. We'll see you this time next week or Thursday night or Friday. Thanks for being here from the bottom of my heart. If you click this video, it means a lot to me. Like and sub if you're not already. And I'm going to dance a jig on the way out because that's what I do.